Hello and welcome to Cheshire Audio. Now this is the results of the competition. The question was, how does The Mothers, live at the Fillmore East 1971, how does that album, it was particularly the album cover we were talking about, but there's other factors involved. How does that relate to one of the albums that I showed in the very tedious and very long video I did on my Beatles collection? Because one of those albums does relate to this. And that was the question. Turned out to be a lot more complicated and more difficult than I imagined, actually. I had some quite interesting answers to that, which I'll run through in a moment. The actual answer was, it relates to, and I've got to cover some bits up here, John Lennon, sometime in New York City. And the reason for that is, this album there's a double album, and there's a live section and studio section, and the live section is split into two halves. There was a concert at the Lyceum in London, I think Lyceum Ballroom in London in '69, for UNICEF, that John and Yoko did, including George Harrison. Actually, I think there was a Class of a Woman, Eric Clapton, various people were at this UNICEF concert. But also, on the other side, there's a section called Live Jam, and Live Jam does relate to this because Frank Zappa and the Mothers did, I think, 2 nights of this particular concert, and on one of the nights, John and Yoko were invited to come up, or were arranged to come up to do part of the encore, and they did about 3-4 tracks with the Mothers and with Frank Zappa. Ownership of the recordings was sort of shared jointly between Frank and between John and Yoko. So I think Frank, it wasn't incorporated into this album. It was, I think he added it to his Playground Psychotics. I think it was on that. I'm not sure. I haven't actually got that. I should probably get it just to complete the set, really. So yeah, Frank did his version of it and his own mix of it. And John and Yoko, if you open up and take out, so it's we'll look at the inner sleeve of the live section. The live section looks like this, which is, you'll notice, basically it's the same album cover but drawn over by John. So we've got John Yoko Presents Plastic Ono Band, Lyceum London. So that's it's got the London information on, but it's also got, which is London track listing, but also changed all the Mothers concert with all the bits taken out that they didn't do and all the bits that they were involved in. I've sort of added on various bits on there. There's a bit of controversy apparently that they renamed one of the tracks that was a Frank Zappa track and credited it to themselves. I can't actually see that on there. Apparently it was, I think King Kong was renamed and credited it to Johnny Yoko, but I can't actually see that on there. But yeah, that's the link. It's the Mothers of Invention, John Yoko coming on and then using that album cover as part of Sometime in New York City. So that is the link, so it relates to Sometime in New York City. Interesting answers I got. One was Scumbag. Well, 2 people said Scumbag actually, which is was a track that they did together on here. So it was kind of, they got the right concept, but they just didn't name the album and sort of be a bit more specific about it. 2 people got it spot on. One person said, it's a very white looking album, do you mean the White Album? Which, tongue in cheek, that was done actually. It was quite fun, made me laugh. So yeah, I've had a fair few. Oh, the other one that came up was 2 or 3 people said, we're only in it for the money, which was the Frank Zappa sort of spoof of Sgt. Pepper, which would have been Sgt. Pepper album. But you know, it's, yeah, Sometime in New York City is the answer. And got 2 winners for that. We've got Andy Bridgeston and, I'm reading it off the camera here, Brian McKenzie. So I've already contacted you, so you just send me your address details and I'll send you a mug out. Yeah, so that's competition done. I think I've got a couple of things coming up. I'm going to record today, hopefully, if I get a chance. The Fine Audio 500 APs have arrived, which are the sort of better version of the standard 500, which I reviewed recently. We're doing a review of those, and well, probably do an unboxing and review, to be honest, because I've not got that out of the box yet. And also I bought myself an Ariston, so I'll be doing a retro review of an Ariston turntable, which should be interesting. My first proper turntable, Ariston RD80. years and years ago, 1979, 80, something. I think I bought that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Give us a like if you want to give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in a future video. Thanks very much.